Hey, what's going on, everybody? Stradamus here, bringing you a little StarCraft 2 this afternoon. Today I am playing as the Zerg, which is probably the weakest of the three races for me. They have some really fun tactics that you can use, one of which I wanted to show you today. And I am playing with one of my real-life buddies, Mr. Furly Ghost. He is playing as Terran, and we are against two Zerg players. Now I kind of jumped the match, obviously a few minutes into the game. The beginning was pretty straightforward, two Zerg players obviously are going to try to rush us. They tried to rush. Furly blocked off the front as he should as Terran and held them off with Marines. So, pretty straightforward. So at this point, Furly's just playing a little more defensive, kind of building up. Since they're both Zerg players, I'm going to try some guerrilla tactics here. I'm going to try to get a bunch of Zerglings and a bunch of banelings and nydus into the back of their base and do some guerrilla tactics and blow their shit up. It is pretty fun when this works. So I kind of wanted to show you a video where it does. Speaking of videos, I told you guys I was going to have a lot more footage up, and I plan to. I actually have a couple other videos already finished and waiting, including Gamer 101 Episode 2, Waiting with Machinima, but they had this whole new posting system that they're doing, and they kind of fell behind, and so all those videos are kind of waiting with them. So I will have a bunch more videos coming in for the rest of this week, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, back to this match. As you can see, I'm already filling my nydus cavern. It's important to, and I don't do it in this game, but when you are going to use banelings, make sure to load your nydus with them first so that they are the first things to exit your nydus once you have it planted. Now, as you can see, the Zerg players have each expanded. Obviously Zerg can naturally fast expand. Instead of expanding, I'm kind of using those extra resources to fuel this little guerrilla tactic I'm going to try here. So I'm pretty much going all out. I really just want to make sure that both of these Zerg players don't go for Mutalisks, because if they go for Mutalisks, they're fast units, and if they both have them, it'll be hard to hold off. And they're just annoying to deal with. So anyway, I'm going big right now. Now, when you're doing one-on-one, this whole nydus cavern tactic is a lot harder. Obviously, they have kind of a bigger base here, so it's easier for me to plant that nydus. And they were kind of prepping for an attack on us, I think, so they weren't paying attention. But, a lot of times they will notice that nydus, and if they see that you're trying to plant that, then they know what you're going to try to do, and it kind of defeats your purpose. So you have to be, I guess, kind of gamble in placing it and be smart when you do so. Otherwise, you're going to have to change up your tactic quickly. So as you can see here, I use this overseer to plant that. My buddy Furly Ghost has been scanning them to make sure that they haven't been getting Mutalisks yet and that kind of thing. So we kind of have an idea of where they're at. But as you can see, once this nydus is planted and you have guys trickling out, it's hard to contain it, especially with banelings. As you saw, the purple player moved all of his Zerglings out front. He was probably about to attack us. But these banelings just eat light units up. As you saw, he had 30 or 40 Zerglings, and probably 3 banelings killed all of them, which is pretty ridiculous and depressing if that was your army that just instantly got annihilated. But if you are on the other side dishing out the punishment, it is quite fun. If you notice, I'm laughing in game. This team tried to talk a bunch of shit to us early in the match. So the fact that this actually worked on them was pretty gratifying. So as you can see, Furly Ghost here noticed that my tactic worked flawlessly. So he's just bringing up some guys. My nydus cavern is still planted, so I'm just fueling more and more Zerglings and banelings into it. At this point, they are pretty well done. The purple player was probably the most advanced player of the two, and since his main base is knocked out, it's going to be incredibly hard for him to recover, especially since Furly already is having siege tank and air and stuff on the way. I'm just focusing on banelings and everything. I realize where the match is at, so I'm not too worried about it. Also, one other thing I want to point out, if you are playing 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, anything beyond 1-on-1, and you kind of have a mega base, meaning that your base, you're both in like this one area where there's one entrance to you, and you're not separated, it's important if you're playing Zerg or your buddy's playing Zerg or whatever that they don't expand their caprice too much, because that will block the other player from building. And since Zerg can really kind of keep their buildings tight, and since their hatchery or lair or hive, whatever you have upgraded, is their only unit producing building, you know, you can kind of keep everything tight. So that's something to keep in mind, not to expand that, because then you screw over your player, which in turn screws over you. So just keep that in mind. But the banelings are quite a good unit. I haven't seen them a lot lately. I guess a lot more recently. But if you're playing Zerg, they are a good unit to use. Anyway, this match is pretty much over. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.